Hello there, Eddie Mercado here with BloodyElbow.com, and today I will be speaking with Combate Americas atomweight Paulina Granados, who is set to face Kyra Batara at Combate Americas 19 this Friday night. That's going down in San Antonio, Texas. So let's give Paulina a call and find out what she's been up to since her last fight, which was in 2016. Find out how her trip to Cancun, Mexico was to watch the Copa Combate tournament, and maybe what she has in store for Kyra Batara. Mrs. Paulina Granados, how are you, ma'am?
I'm great. Cornflakes.
Thank you so much for taking out the time. You are currently 4-2 in your mixed martial arts journey, 2-0 for the Combate Americas banner. How are things?
Things are great. I've been training hard and just training smarter, and trying to build my resume, and training with Alliance Training Center, and just surrounding myself by great people because I want to be like them.
Yeah, so huge fight on your hands. You are headlining Combate Americas 19 this Friday night, taking on Kyra Batara, who Campbell McLaren has said is Combate's Ronda Rousey. What do you think of the matchup here?
Well, I'll be Holly Holmes then. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I think she thinks she keeps telling herself I'm a scrub. I guess because she is trying to fool her mind, but she knows damn well that I'm gonna be probably the hardest person she's gonna fight. I never back down. I never give up. I go in and I throw freaking haymakers, and I don't think she's going to be expecting that. I've been working a lot of my footwork, a lot of my feints. I'm going to drag her into my right hand, and I'm going to give her a hook to the dome.
I dig it. Now, let's back up for just a second.
Yeah.
I understand you were down in Cancun, Mexico for the Copa Combate tournament. How was your trip to Mexico, and what did you think of the tournament itself?
It was really fun. I was out there still training and stuff, so I didn't really get to experience the whole spring breaky sort of vibe that Cancun has. But it was fun training on the beach, and being there for Copa Combate was amazing. I've never witnessed anything like that before, so it was really cool to be a part of it and have front row seats, and seeing those guys throw down multiple times against different people was badass.
Yeah, it was such a spectacle too. They had the T-Rexes running through the crowd and the people on stilts, and it was a wild production all cool. Around. Now, really... what did you think of the atomweight fight that night? Lisbeth Lopez Silva took on Sheila Padilla, ended up getting the finish late. What did you think of that bout?
I think that was a really good fight. Lisbeth, she's a savage, and she's young, she's hungry, and she goes in there to fight. She doesn't play around. It was a really nice fight to watch, and I would be super stoked to be able to share the cage with her.
Yeah, rumor has it that the winner of the Batara Granados match is going to face Lisbeth for the inaugural atomweight title. Have you heard anything about that?
It's not even a rumor. It's true. It's happening.
It's going down. It's official.
USA versus Mexico thing. So hopefully, or actually not hopefully, but when I win, it'll be Mexican American versus a Mexican girl. So that'd be cool. I respect Lisbeth's style, and I feel like me and her fighting would be a badass fight.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk of a female tournament possibly happening for Combate. Is that something you would ever entertain, or are tournaments not your thing?
Hell yeah, I would do that. If $100,000 is on the line, you better put my name down.
Yeah, that's a big chunk of change for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
The way we train out here at Alliance, we spar multiple rounds, so it'd be the same thing, just a different setting. I feel like different people. It's something I got kind of used to training out there. Or out here, we train hard, and I'm accustomed to sparring multiple rounds. So doing a tournament would be amazing.
All right, cool, cool, definitely cool, and perhaps it will happen one day, sometime in the near future. At that.
Yeah.
So you made your Combate debut, and
Hey.
we really saw you let your hands go. You kept the fight standing, and then in your sophomore appearance, you worked your takedowns and got your wrestling game going.
Yeah.
What did you think of your last performance out there? It was a crazy war. I mean, it was a wild, wild fight. What was your takeaways from it?
Like what had happened, like I got like the 2 takedowns in the beginning, but like I kind of felt like she was beating me a little bit to the punches, and I was countering a lot more. And in the second round, actually, like within like 45 seconds of the second round, I felt her power in her straight right, and she hit me right in my left eye. And I just remember everything going like white for like a split second, and everything just was double. Like I could not focus. And that's why I just kept grabbing her, keeping her close to take her down, because that's where I felt safe. My body went into like almost like survival mode. And turns out my orbital was fractured. I went to the hospital after that, and I had a fractured orbital. So it was cool to like experience that, because like now I know, like, okay, I got instinct, and to survive, and like a winning thing. It's like weird. I don't know. I've always had like that instinct to survive and to win. Like that's what I like to do. I like to win, and I don't know. It was a crazy fight.
It's the fighter's heart is what they call it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, so that fight was October 14th, 2016, also my birthday. But that was kind of a decent chunk of time that's gone by. Is the orbital bone what kept you out of action for so long?
Well, yeah, the orbital thing kept me out for 6 months, but then after that, they just kept pushing my fight back. I'm not sure why that happened, but I'm fighting now, so that's cool.
Okay, so your upcoming opponent, Kyra Batara, I hear you two do not exactly like each other that much. Where'd the bad blood kind of come from altogether?
It all started when I listened to the commentary that she did after my first fight. Like, it was like probably like a couple of days afterwards. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch my fight against Stephanie Alba with the commentary, and I heard the commentary, and like it just really annoyed me, because like one of the guys was saying like stuff about me, like how I had to keep my range, and how the girl was shorter than me, and like, and he kind of like would bring her to the conversation, and then she was saying something like, oh yeah, Paulina's good, but she needs to fight more. She needs to get more wins before she can fight me. Like, things like that. I'm like, ew, shut up. Like, you're going to fight whoever they tell you to fight. You're not going to pick and choose because I'm going to be next. And I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way, the commentary, and she wasn't giving credit where credit was due, and it bugged me. And so I just started, like, saying little things here and there, and she's sensitive, and she hates me, and it's funny to me.
So I spoke with Kyra last night, and she said that after she signed the contract, the smack talk kind of died down a little bit. Is that the case? Have you kind of fallen back a bit and just kind of focused on your fight and left the trash talk alone?
Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm only gonna like talk shit in interviews, but I'm gonna focus more on my training and less on the Twitter fingers. So. Yeah, it's whatever. I'm going to let my hands do the talking Friday night, and she's going to eat her words after she eats these.
Fair enough. Now, how is training camp going? Of course, you said you're at Alliance MMA. That's out in San Diego, right?
Yeah. Training's going well. Like, my diet and my weight cut is, like, the best I've ever had. Just been working on, like, keeping my game tight and reacting fast, and every single minute of every day, I'm thinking of situations that I could possibly be in and how to get out of them. And I don't know, it's good. I'm at peace with my training, and I'm feeling really, really good about the fight.
Okay, and of course, Kyra is known for her submission game. One of Eddie Bravo's pupils. She always comes up with really crafty submissions that she ends up getting. Are you willing to go to the ground with her, or is this one of the fights?
What people don't know is that I have a pretty slick submission game too. Like, I just prefer to, fight standing because people like to see that. Like, I'm Mexican, I'm a freaking crazy brawler, but I mean, I have submissions too. I just don't talk about it as much. I have videos on YouTube. I'm getting ankle locks on, people in submission tournaments and like rear naked chokes, but I just never I never talk about it, and I don't feel like I need to because it hasn't gotten to that point. But yeah, I really started working on my ground game a lot after I fought Tessa Simpson for Legacy. She was a brown belt at the time, and at the time, I was like a white belt. I never even really trained grappling, and she beat me by decision that fight just because I could not get her off my back. And so ever since then, I was just like, nobody is ever going to do me like that ever again. So, I started training really hard in wrestling and grappling, and it hasn't happened ever since.
Okay, now, you're training at Alliance MMA. Is Eric Del Fiero's your head coach out there?
Yes. And actually, that is one of the reasons why I moved out to Alliance, was because I felt like I wasn't being challenged enough at my hometown gym, because it's, Corpus Christi is it's not really a small town, but the MMA community is small, and I wasn't being challenged enough there, and that's why I moved to Alliance Training Center after that fight, because I wanted to be a little fish in the big sea, and training under Dominic Cruz and Jeremy Stevens, and I trained with Beck Rawlings and all them, and Angela Hill. It really taught me a different level of martial arts, because I went from being the big dog or whatever in a small gym to being a small fry at Alliance, and getting beat up every day pretty much till I learned. And it's I don't know, it's crazy how much of a level change there was, going from there to here to San Diego.
Yeah, I bet it can be a little baptism by fire, so to speak.
Oh my God, yes. I was going home every day oh my God, what am I doing? Is this really for me? And then I'd be I'd just shake it off and be yeah, dude, you started this, now you're going to finish it.
Yeah, I dig it. Okay, so how do you see this fight playing out exactly? Do you think it's ever going to hit the ground if you have your say? Is it going to be a 3-round war? Is it going to end early? How do you see it playing out?
I don't know. I always think about that. I'm I just really like fighting, and it might go 3 rounds just because I don't know. I always get in these crazy 3-round fights. I think I did the math the other day, and I think I've been in the cage 3 hours total, or a little bit over 3 hours, because I go I think I've gone 3 to 5 rounds almost every single fight. So I have a lot of cage experience, but I don't know. I kind of want to look for the takedown just to throw her off and just to show her I can do it too, But I don't know. We'll see what happens. It just all depends on what Kyra is gonna do. Is gonna kind of show me what game plan I'm gonna use, because if she decides to be her crazy brawling looking for a takedown Kyra, then I got something for her there. If she's gonna stand back a little bit and wait for me, then I got something for her there too. So it just all depends on how she comes out is gonna determine what route I'm going to take. So I plan on maybe taking her down, maybe not. I don't want to say too much right now.
Fair enough. Okay, so next up for Miss Granados, is it the Lizbeth match, or is there maybe some other options that you maybe have in the back of your mind?
No, if they offered the Lizbeth fight for the belt, then I want that fight. But it all depends on what they say. I really don't dislike anybody in the division except Kyra. So it's right now I just want to fight her and just get that over with, and then maybe I need to find somebody else to find beef with.
Well, let me ask you this: when it's all said and done after the match, Will you squash the beef with Kyra? Will you just let it go, or will there always be a little bit of animosity there?
I really don't like dislike her like that much. I just like to poke and prod because I know it makes her really mad. But I don't know. I don't really care. I'll be like, hey, thank you for the payday. Yeah. But it'd be nice. I mean, if she wants to be all like crybaby about it, then probably still beefing. I don't know.
All right. Now, you got any sponsors or people that are helping you out along your journey that you would like to give a special shout out to?
Yes, I would like to give a huge shout out to Bob Korchanak. He's a Nitro Fluids and Nitro Construction out in Texas, and also Deep Vent Soap for always keeping my body squeaky clean, and also Alliance Training Center for all the badass training they've been hooking me up with, and who else? Oh, Represented for all the cool gear they got me. I love it. It keeps me warm and looking stylish during training. Who else? Oh, Thorn Street Brewery, the brewery where I work, for giving me a job and a cool schedule that like works out with my training. That's it.
Cool deal. It definitely takes a village. Now, how can people follow you along on your journey? What are your social media outlets? Your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the whole nine.
Well, Twitter, Instagram is Paulina Granados. It's PaulinaGrana2. Get it? Two. And Paulina Firefox Granados on Facebook, and my page is just Paulina Granados.
Awesome. Well, Mrs. Paulina Granados, thank you so much for taking out the time. Huge fight on your hands. Kyra Batara is in your crosshairs this Friday night. Combate Americas 19. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
So there you have it. Combate Americas 19 headliner Paulina Granados set to take on Kyra Batara this Friday night in San Antonio, Texas. Go check that out. In the meantime, you can read me over at bloodyelbow.com. You can follow me on Twitter at @Mercado. If you like this interview, you can subscribe to my channel right here. Hit the like button. Subscribe to Bloody Elbow's YouTube channel right there. Check out these interviews right there. Now go be a good person.